All right, this is the weekly top 14 in the NFL. Just so people listening for the first time, this poll changes weekly. It's not based on projection, it's based on where you are right here, right now. Starting with the honorable mention, I can't believe I'm actually saying this team, but they are the last of the honorable mention, the Miami Dolphins.
No.
They just
Whoa.
I mean, when I look and see them in the graphic, they'll be gone tomorrow, but I guess
They're
I got to
in the graphic.
They're in the graphic.
Give them their credit and their due right now. I get it.
In the graphic.
At 15 would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Fading fast.
Yes, they are.
And I'm telling you, this Bucky Irving thing is the weirdest situation in the league. He's in, he's not. He's in, he's not. He's hurt, he's not. No Mike Evans. Bucky Irving's dead every other play. The offense is scuffling. Rico, I'll tell you one thing. They might be in some trouble tonight. This is just the type of weird divisional game. They screw around. They keep these games close, and they get got, just like last week.
Well, there is one team that would be happy if they got tonight, and that's the team sitting at 14 on a bye week, the Carolina Panthers.
They're going to win this division.
Carolina's at New Orleans. Or am I hallucinating?
No, I'm saying no. If Tampa gets got, I mean, they're racing for the division with Tampa.
Yes, yeah. Carolina better watch themselves. 2.5-point favorites in New Orleans. This is exactly the spot we don't trust the Panthers.
You're right.
Are you an adult now? Do you want the car keys with a later curfew, or are you going to wrap this thing around a pole? You can't go and lose to the Saints if we're going to take you seriously, or you don't get privileges anymore.
Tyler Shuck season. All right.
Oh God.
At 13, David, your Pittsburgh Steelers.
You can put them out. They're done.
Hey, they're going to win that division.
They're not,
David,
because they're going to lose to the Dolphins. They're going to lose to the Ravens. It's over.
David, you can keep saying it. You just went to Baltimore and won.
But again, we put ourselves in a corner. They always fight out of a corner.
Nobody.
And then once they get out, then they die.
Nobody comes back. Like Mike Tomlin reminds me of the modern day Wayne Fonts. Just every time you thought it was over, Wayno would
Back
go on that
again.
7-game winning streak.
Drags you back in with that lion's leather.
Right. At number 12, the Philadelphia Eagles. As you would like to say, Mike.
Too right, Mr. K-Line. Too right. I don't know what to say. That game on Monday night, I just Jalen Hurts looked like he was under a spell. And you've heard some of the things that there's tension between the team and him. His body language sucked. Dude, I'm
Well, here's the
they'll
funny
make
thing
the
about
playoffs,
this.
but man.
No, here's the funny thing about this, and I saw a stat this morning. They really tried to get A.J. Brown incorporated in the offense the last
They
3
can't win a
games,
game.
and they haven't won. But he's had
He's
over
got
100 yards. Yes, he's had over 100 yards, and they've lost all 3 games.
I'll just say it again because I love hammering this point home. This is why I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. Mm-hmm. I ain't got to worry about babysitting nobody. I'm telling you. You imagine AJ in this town, my head would explode.
No, I don't think he would work. No. I was going to make a comment, but no, I'm going to leave it go. Jacksonville Jaguars coming in at number 11. We're going to have to start learning how to trust the mullet.
Yes. It's one of those weird things where all year they did just enough and they survived all the storms. And just when you want to quit them, they reel you back in. Now look at the end of their schedule. Rico, they would have to work really hard not to win that division or make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I'll still take Houston to do more, to be more interesting in the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, the Jags, 10-point favorites this weekend. Their schedule sets up this way.
Yeah. At number 10, coming off the Monday night game, a team that I thought would do a lot worse, but they just keep winning, the Chargers.
Yeah, look.
Quarterback with a broken hand. Yeah.
Running game is broken in some total. Look, it was a war of attrition. I probably would have them a little lower on this list. I still worry about their pass protection in playoff-type games. But I understand why they're here. They've won a lot of games.
At number 9, the Chicago Bears. They lost to the Packers, but they came back in that game, gritty game in Green Bay, and Caleb probably threw to the wrong receiver, or they go to overtime or either go for 2 and try to win that thing.
Beat the Browns as a 7.5-point favorite by 1 or 100. Win the game, and you get your next test. And it will set up one of the most important games in the last 5 years of Bears football. You're getting a pack at your spot. You got to respond. Everything's a test in this league. And as much credit as we want to give them, they ain't going to do you no good. You get swept by the pack.
Yeah, the Browns game, I think it's 10 degrees for that game.
Sounds about right.
Can't imagine sitting in that crowd for that game. At number 8, coming off the bye week, is the 49ers.
No problem with it. What am I going to say?
I was ready for something.
No, there's nothing to say. They should win this week. You will have your tests. You're gonna get the Bears.
Right.
You're gonna get the Seahawks.
And you got the Colts.
You're gonna have to steal one of those games to just make sure you get in. And this weekend, you get win number 10. Correct?
Win number 10 this weekend, and then they get the new and improved Colts.
Okay. So if you win the next 2 weeks, you're in. But if you win the next 3, you're really in.
So I will say this. And it's not major because they're just one right behind each other. I maybe would have swapped the Bears with them. But again, it's just one move. They didn't play. The Bears proved it even with the loss.
Right.
But it's just one spot. So no big deal.
At number 7, the Buffalo Bills.
How about that spread? Did you see that one?
No.
They're a 1-point favorite in New England. And New England bodied them last time. They want to stay on this list and they want to be taken seriously as a real playoff team. You got to win this game. You cannot get swept.
Like, this is their year. Like, if you can't get it this year, it reminds me of the old Houston Rockets when Jordan was gone. You better do it now because Patrick Mahomes will be back. At number 6, one of the hottest teams, the Houston Texans.
Love it. Love it. Old school defense. Something from a bygone era, brother. And it's good enough to absolutely carry them. You can't score on them, man.
No. But, man, that defense is lights out. At number 5, your Detroit Lions.
I think this is too high. They haven't won back-to-back games in 2 months. Also haven't lost back-to-back games in 2 months. If they want to be number 5, they'd have to beat the Rams. Because you know what you're going to do next week if they lose to the Rams. You're going to have these guys hanging around at 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm. They can't win 2 games in a row, and I can't keep them high 2 games in a row. They'll drop.
David, you think that's a little bit much?
I do. This is probably where the Bears should be.
So swap the Bears with the Lions.
That's probably what it should be because the Lions, you're right, Mike, they haven't won back-to-back, and the Bears are showing proof that they're a good team. The Lions on the edge.
Do you factor in Brian Branch's injury into the ranking or no?
No.
Because I know it's impacted me. I'm very concerned because Branch is way more important than people even realize.
Well, no. But remember, it's not projection. It's what you've done. So they won without – Branch got injured late in the game. So we'll see what happens when they play the Rams. At number 4, the Green Bay Packers.
I'm good with it. But they are in Denver this week, and they got something to prove.
Huge game.
But again, big win against the Bears. They've righted the ship. Big win over the Lions on Thanksgiving Day. I'm fine for now. They've got to win that game this week to stay here.
At 3, the Seattle Seahawks.
Ooh.
I know, Ginger quarterback.
I know, and it's hard right now with them. I just don't know what they are.
David, they're a playoff team. Now,
and they're road warriors.
What's going to happen?
Do not lose on the road.
Yeah, what happens when they get into the playoffs? That's a different
story.
You're right. Right now, okay. All right.
At number 2, I have the New England Patriots. And at 1, the Los Angeles Rams.
Look, I'll just say this, and maybe I'm overstating it. I think there's quite a gap between the Rams and everybody else right now. They've just consistently played the best football. They're balanced on offense. They're fierce on defense. You want to give them a little bit of a knock on special teams. I'm okay with that. But you have the MVP quarterback. You have the weapons. Blake Corum's been excellent for them to create a 1-2 punch.
And Puka Nacua catches everything.
Everything.
I mean, he
It's
reminds me like
insane.
what Amon-Ra used to be when it's just like, yeah, he's going to catch that. It's like Nacua, 3 people on him, and somehow he was the one that came down with the ball. How did that happen?
Said it all.
Oh, I
I'm
thought
not
Kenny was
arguing.
about to say something. Okay. All right. That's the NFL Top 14 poll 97-1.